So when I came to Colorado College, I was supposed to be a pre-med major. And it was, I think in the middle of my second semester here, I was walking out of Chem Lab, leaving Olin Hall, and saw someone had scrawled on the side of the building, "Do you really love what you're doing?" And I was like, you know what? No. Yeah, well, my first job out of Colorado College was teaching high school choir, one of those large 300-student Midwest vocal programs, way over my ability at the time, but learned on the fly how to make it work, and also learned that I loved teaching, and learned that I really wanted to be in the classroom, much more on the history, literature, theory side of things, and perhaps on the performance and the conducting side of things. So my book is titled Arranging Gershwin, Rhapsody in Blue, and the Creation of an American Icon. And really what this book does is it aims to take a piece of music that we all know very well, that I think is something that most people will recognize, even if they only recognize it as the theme for the United Airlines industry, but that it's a piece that a lot of people recognize. And I didn't want to go back and just tell the same story that's been told many times about Rhapsody in Blue, which is its origin stories and George Gershwin. I wanted to tell the story of the piece after its premiere. And so looking at it as an arrangement rather than a composition, that arrangements are not simply musical, but arrangements are something that we do every day in our lives. We arrange ourselves so that people see us and understand us in certain ways. And then all the musicians involved in this book, while they were making musical arrangements, they were also arranging their lives and their careers in the shadow of Gershwin, in the larger history of American music, and at the same time then arranging Gershwin himself and his narrative for future generations. For me, innovation is when something is presented to me that is familiar, but presented in a way that is completely unexpected and new. When I see something that maybe a piece of music that I've heard 100 times, but someone provides new insight on it through the way that they're thinking about it and representing it to me. That innovation comes from presenting the unexpected to things that are familiar. In the realm of music studies and musicology, this is a very traditional field by and large, and so a lot of people continue to make the same approaches, take the same techniques, and apply them to just different periods of music. And I think that innovation in the field of musicology comes from being able to take new approaches to old music, to things that we think we know really well, but really we don't know them at all. And that's where the innovation lies.